Them in the pieces of your broken heart. Want to make a change but don't know where to start. Let's go on a journey trying something new. Let's go on the road to finding you. The art spot with Iyanla. Talking relationships, getting down to the thick of it. The art spot with Iyanla.
Welcome to the R Spot, the place we come to examine and explore the challenges, benefits, and rewards of relationships. This is the relationship zone. We talk about all kinds of relationships because my intention is that we all learn the skills and use the tools that make our relationships happy, healthy, fulfilling, and fun because relationships make our world and the world a better place to be. So we just want to be better in them and for them. Now, our topic this week is on the fun end. I call it love talk. How to speak to your partner and the people you love in a way that communicates care, connection, concern, and yes, love. You know, so very often when a relationship gets comfortable or familiar, we forget to speak to our loved ones in a kind and loving way. We scream, we yell, we cuss, we grunt, and more often we ignore one another because we begin to take the love for granted. Now, love talk helps us remember that there is someone on the other end of our words who cares and needs caring, who loves and needs loving, who has a heart that has been entrusted to us. So we must be mindful of how we speak to them. Let me tell you about Magic, my cat. One day I was sitting on my deck and from nowhere a cat showed up. Now I live in the bush, way down in the bush where there are no street lights and no sidewalks. So stray animals, stray domestic animals, cannot survive out there in the wild where there are raccoons and foxes and all manner of things that would love to have some cat for dinner. But there she was, skinny and quite skittish. Now, I'm an animal lover, so I went right into the house and got a can of tuna fish and opened it up, and I fed her right out there on the deck. She ate the tuna, looked at me, and ran away. I figured, okay, I just fed somebody's cat. Now she's gone home. But the next day, she showed up again. I gave her some more tuna, not the cheap tuna. I gave her the good, solid albacore tuna, and then I gave her some water. And I started talking to her. Hey there, pretty lady. Look at you eating that tuna fish. You are so beautiful. And that's when I called her. Hey, Miss Magic, where you been all day? I would coo to her and call her sweet names, and she would just look at me like I was crazy and eat the food. But she would not let me touch her, and she would not come near me. As soon as she ate, she disappeared. This went on for about a week. Magic would show up. I would coo to her. She would eat and leave. She wouldn't let me touch her. She wouldn't come near me. So about 2 weeks had passed, and I'm feeding her every day. And I had to leave town for work. And I was gone for about 3 days. And when I returned, Miss Magic was sitting outside of my garage, and as soon as I got out of the car, she started fussing. I mean, she was meowing and squealing and shaking her head and walking around in a circle. And I said, oh my God, now I don't speak cat, but I swear she was cussing at me. So I apologized to her. I said, Miss Magic, I had to go to work. If you want to keep eating that good tuna, I call her Miss Magic, you know. And I told her, I said, Miss Magic, I missed you. And for the first time, she circled my legs and she rubbed her head on me and she let me touch her. I fed her, and while she was eating, I just walked up to her and rubbed her back and called her Miss Magic and told her how happy I was to see her. That was 8 months ago. Miss Magic lives in my garage. She now has two bowls, one for food and one for water. She got a bed, a scratch board, and a few toys. And every morning when I come down to get my coffee, I open the door to the garage and I say, "Hey, Miss Magic." And she still fusses at me when I leave home, but she will come in the house now. She won't stay for long, but she will come in. My point is this: everything, even plants and animals, thrive and blossom with affirmation. Love talk is the way we affirm our loved ones. It's the way we can communicate love and caring and connection. Love talk not only blesses and calms the one who hears it, but it also blesses the one who speaks the word. Love talk communicates, "I care about you." And because I do, I'm going to be conscious and mindful about what I say and how I say it. I'm going to take my time and focus on you when I'm speaking to you, not on my devices or doing something else. Love talk is about the heart and the soul of a person and being gentle with them both. Love talk is a necessary part of every relationship, whether it's with your partner or your friends or even your children. Many people, many people reserve love talk for the bedroom and the bed. But when you speak kindly, gently, lovingly, and affirmatively to someone, it opens up a space in their heart and your heart. So let's look at some ways to use love talk effectively. First, for many people, you got to make it a habit. They say you only need to do something for 3 minutes over the course of 3 days for 3 weeks before it becomes a habit. So make a habit of using love talk first thing in the morning. "Good morning, my precious one." Or do love talk when you call them in the middle of the day. "Hey, my love, I was just thinking about you and I wanted to hear your voice. Let me talk sweet to you for a minute before you go back to work." Or when you see them after a long day, "Oh, there's my love bug. Come here and let me kiss up on you." "What you mean you tired? Get over here and get this kiss." Now, love talk is not about what they did that day or what happened that day. It's not about how someone looks or how they feel. It is a direct communication from your heart to their heart that you must make a habit by practicing it. "Hey, my love. Ooh, it is so good to see you. Kiss me right here." Another excellent way to practice love talk is to have a pet name. Now, I'm not talking about a nickname like Junior or Medea or something common like Honey or Sweetheart. I mean a name or a handle that has a special meaning to the two of you. It's private between the two of you. Now, I remember when I was someone's pumpkin. Now, at first, I thought he was saying I was short and fat. But when I started to pay attention to the tone of his voice, and when I realized when and how he used it, baby, I was happy to be a pumpkin. "Come here, pumpkin." "Yes!" Is my pumpkin looking at me? "Oh, wait a minute. Hold up." "Look at my pumpkin over there frying me some chicken." Girl, I was a chicken frying pumpkin. I am telling you, a pet name can be sweet, sweet, sweet if you use it as love talk. And not all love talk needs to be spoken. Sometimes you can write it. What about sending a card? Imagine that you take time out of your day to go to the store and buy a card and write a little note in it and drop it in the mail. Don't bring it home in your briefcase. That is some good love. That is some good love talking, getting somebody a card. And ladies, if you put some lipstick on and put your lip marks as a signature, your boo is going to smile when you get that card. Trust me. And then, if you put a few rose petals in there. You don't have to buy the rose. Just go to the florist shop and pick them up off the counter. Or you know what? Put a pair of panties in there. Not the big white drawers, but the dainty little panties. You know, the ones they have on sale on the table. You can buy a low pair that'll fit in the envelope, even if they don't fit your butt. I'm telling you, you are communicating love. Not just sex, but love. And what about the lost art of love letters? Today, people text and they Facebook, but they forget about good old-fashioned love letters written on paper with a pen. Listen, I have a love letter my daughter wrote me when she was a teenager. It says, Mumsy, dear Mumsy. That was her pet name for me. Thank you for being my mother. I love how you love me. And when people ask me what it's like to have Iyanla Vanzant for a mother, I tell them I don't compare because she's the only mother I've ever known. You know, after Jamia passed, I would read that letter every day because it helped me to feel her love. Her love talk to me in her writing helped me through the grieving process. Remember, everything and everyone thrives and responds to praise and affirmation. Imagine if it worked on a cat. How much better do you think it'll do with a human being? Love talk is about affirming. So very often we focus on what the person doesn't do or doesn't do right, but love talk affirms the person, no matter what they have or haven't done. Look at you over there, washing that car. Or, ooh, I love the way you make the bed. Baby, you can wear some jeans. Calm, sweet, affirmative. That's what love talk is. And don't be concerned about how the person responds, because if you haven't used love talk or you just start using it out of the blue, they may think you've lost your mind or that you want something. Never mind. Never mind that. Remember, 3 minutes, 3 days, for 3 weeks. Make it a habit and they will respond. Kind words, affirmative words, spoken softly with kindness, communicate caring and create a connection. Special names used in quiet moments, even in moments of upset. Love talk is a tool and a skill that can enhance or improve any relationship. You can do it. I know you can. Because in today's world, where people communicate everything via devices, love talk may seem or feel awkward, and it is still a simple and direct way to change someone's day, their heart, their mind. Love talk isn't about piling on comments or heaping vicissitudes on someone. It's the way you talk to someone mindfully and gently, looking someone in the eye, touching their arm, asking if you can help, sharing a loving thought. These things make an impression on the soul. So, my beloveds, because I know you really, really do want to be better and do better in your relationships, I know you are going to brush off your tongue. You're going to sweeten up your lips. And you're going to use love talk. You can do it. I know you can. Now, see how good that felt? Love talk. It works every time. Try it and let me know how it turns out for you.
The Art Spot.
Now, here's the question of the day. Iyanla, can you explain how cheating destroys intimacy? Well, my beloved, this is a big question and a huge issue for many couples. Cheating, breaking a commitment or an agreement, violating the trust someone places in you, dishonoring your partner and yourself, introducing an unnamed energy into the sacred environment of a relationship will destroy intimacy. Intimacy, meaning into me, see my heart, see my soul, see who I really am and what I feel about you. It's the cornerstone of any loving relationship. Now, when it comes to intimate, loving partners, cheating introduces a level of dishonesty, dishonor, and discord that can and will destroy intimacy. The first thing to consider is the violation of trust. When you become sexually active outside of your relationship or even emotionally active outside of your relationship without your partner's knowledge, it undoubtedly involves some level of dishonesty or lying. And dishonesty erodes trust. And once the trust is gone, chances are your partner will not feel safe with you. Cheating is also a silent communication that something is wrong or off, which many partners will translate into something is wrong with me. Something's wrong that I don't satisfy you. Something is wrong with our relationship that you won't talk about. Something is wrong with you that I don't know about. And it's hard for me to be open and honest in a relationship when I feel that something is wrong with you, with me, or with the relationship. Cheating changes the dynamic of the relationship in so many ways that the last thing you want to do is be open with the cheater. Now, in some cases, if you discover that your partner is cheating, you may become overly attached and sexual, thinking that you can change their heart and mind. That is probably not going to turn out well for you, because the reason your partner is cheating has nothing to do with you. So trying to get them sexually involved with you may not stop the cheating. So here's the bottom line. If you discover or suspect that your partner is cheating, it is up to you to set a boundary. Don't wait for them to admit it. Let them know that you know. Don't ask them, is it true? And then ask for what you want. State your consequences and act on what you say. Cheating can and does destroy intimacy, because when someone lets you in to their sacred space, their heart, their soul, their bed, they expect you to honor that space, and it is bad manners and bad behavior to introduce someone else into the mix without your partner's permission and consent. And that's what cheating is. You bring another person's energy and presence into the sacred space with your partner, and then you lie about it. Yeah, cheating destroys intimacy. I hope this helps.
The art spot.
Now, here's our hallelujah truth for today. I know you know this, but I want to say it again. Everything happens for a reason. When one door closes, another one opens. The key is not to be so fixated on the closed door, the losses, the sorrow, that you miss the blessing of the door that is open and waiting for you to walk through it. If you enjoyed today's R-Spot, if you heard something that was interesting or maybe something you can use in your own relationships, I invite you to subscribe to the Iyanla Vanzant YouTube channel so that you will get a notice each time we post a new R-Spot episode. And also be sure to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to be on my website so you can be updated about all things Iyanla, then visit www.iyanla.com and sign up for the mailing list today. See you next time.
Trying to mend the pieces of your broken heart. Want to make a change.
I miss New York. I
I do too.
certain things.
Why'd y'all
but I
come to
could not
Maryland?
live here anymore. I could not live here. It's too congested. It's too many people. It's too dirty. It's too expensive. It's too I know where I would want to live. I couldn't even live. Somebody told me they was paying $2,200 for a studio apartment in Brooklyn. In Brooklyn? Brooklyn? Really?
And they probably have a